So joining me now is Rebekah Pierre, who's an author and whose book has captured care experiences of hundreds of people.
100, exactly, yeah. So we have the voices of everybody from children all the way up to adults age 70, seasoned professionals, writers like Lemsey say to people who have had their voices heard for the very first time.
What's the main message of the book? Is there a main message?
I think the main message is don't stereotype us and hear us from our own voices. As you know, care experience people are written about so often in care records and assessments and so on, but we so rarely have the chance to say who we are in our own voices. So hundreds of messages literally, so I'd have a good read.
And where does your passion for this issue come from?
Being care experience myself and then later going on to train as a social worker, I really saw many of the issues facing children in care from the inside out, and so the passion comes not only personally but professionally, having seen what a state the system is in.
So we've heard a lot of different opinions. If there was one thing, one goal that you could see achieved from this, what would it be?
I think it would be to move the sector away from profiteering and privatisation, where big companies and businesses are making a quick buck off vulnerable children, to actually bringing the care system back to who it really should be, and the focus being on children themselves.
And do you think that this event has been important to bring everybody together?
It's been crucial. There's so much fragmentation across the sector and lots of people have great ideas, but there's not a lot of joined up thinking. So I think to get everybody literally in the same room with the same passions and sparking connections has been excellent.
Some of the young people that we spoke to felt very passionate about young people being believed and being listened to. Is that something that you've heard before?
Absolutely, and I can also testify as when I was in care myself, I often felt I was repeating my story and kind of splurging my trauma all the time with not much change, or no one kind of saying, yes, I believe you, what you're saying is valid. So it's a huge issue, and we need to start hearing children's voices and not just writing them off. There's a real power dynamic between professionals and children in care, and we need to make sure that we all have equal voice.
Okay, so lastly, just about the book itself, where does the name of the book come from and where can people get it?
It's called Freeloads on Fridays. When I was 16 or 17, I was living in an unregulated hostel in a really run-down part of town, and every Friday, the local bread factory would donate a trolley of, almost stale bread for all the residents. And at the time, I used to feel so grateful, but then every Friday rolled on, it was the same old kind of, thick sliced white with no nutritional value, and we never got any choice. So the book's about reclaiming that narrative and actually giving care experience people a choice, if not about the type of bread they eat, about the way our stories are told, and you can get it at all good bookshops.